Hi, my name is Chelsea Jean. Welcome to the Local Experiment. I am here with Boo, known as the Buddhist monk of Rochester for a lot of people. I'm excited to finally be able to meet him. I've heard a lot of great things. But one thing that I didn't realize until kind of starting this whole project is that he's quite the artist. So he's perfect for this show. Welcome, Boo.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
No problem.
And I have to ask first, where did the name come from?
The name Boo?
Yeah.
From a very, very old video game.
What are you gonna tell us? A video game, or is it totally it's just gonna go over everybody's head?
It's gonna go over everybody's head unless you're 50 years old.
Well, I think we have like two 50-year-old people.
Might and Magic 1 with no color on a green video screen. That was the game it came from. It was the name of a cleric who seemed to die every fight he got in. He was called Uncle Boo Boo at first. Then I got the moniker Boo, and then took it as my real name eventually.
Yeah, so
that is my legal name now.
It is your legal name.
Yeah.
I've read that. That's very interesting. You don't even recall your birth name at this point. Is that true?
If I'm ever called that, I don't even turn my head to it anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. Only people that called me that was my dad and my mom and my sister.
And when did you become because I know everybody wants to know these things. I'm sure you said it a million times, so I apologize. But what turned you into becoming a Buddhist monk? Like, what made somebody have that epiphany?
I was a raging asshole once.
Like many.
Yeah.
Like many are still practicing?
Yes. and very unhappy with myself. And I was just drawn to this little farm area off of the freeway on a frontage road. And I went in there, and there was this big, beautiful 18-acre Cambodian temple, and with drowning in statues that the master of the temple made by hand. And while they're volunteering, I had been volunteering for about a year, and then as New Year came, New Year's in April because it's a lunar calendar, I was approached by a woman, and this is absolutely true, and I don't necessarily believe in this kind of stuff, but I kind of have to at this point, because this is very bizarre. Either she's really, really lucky, or she knew something I didn't. This woman walked up to me, put her arm around me, and I was a lay person at that point, not a monk, and she says, "Your birthday's in May." And I said, 1 out of 12, cool, who are you? Yeah, and then she says, "Your birthday's May 31st. I went, okay, that's a little too specific. Who are you?
Yeah.
And then she looked at me straight in the eye and said, "You've been Buddhist all your life." And she meant past lives, which I didn't believe in then, and still now worried,
a little sketchy.
A little sketchy about, but that's part of Buddhism, is you can take what you want and leave what you want. There's no dogma for you to bite onto and have to hold. But when she said that, my head just like this fireworks going off in my head, and I started crying. And that was it. That's the first opportunity I got. I took my vows, and I'm still here 5 years later.
Now, you do, one thing that's fascinating too is that you do 3D art.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that, and what even brought that about? Because
I was in Key West, Florida, where everything costs 10 times more than it should.
Totally does.
And I was going to be there for about a month, and I walked into an art store to gather some canvases, because you don't bring that on planes, that's bulky and a pain in the butt. And I looked at the price of a canvas there, and it was like 6 times what it would be here. And I went, well, I'm going to go broke painting here for a month, because I mean, you can go through canvas pretty fast. And I saw right next to it a piece of foam board, and thought, well, I can paint 4 things on that. And so I wasn't selling anything at the time. I just was hoarding it all in my room. it was getting pretty evil. My paintings were coming out 4 feet from the wall, and everywhere around my entire tiny room. And my roommate, who owned the house too, my roommate comes in the house one day and says, "Dude, you gotta get rid of this stuff."
I was just gonna ask.
He goes, "You gotta sell it. You gotta go sell it." And he goes, "I go, nobody wants this." He goes, "No, just give it a try." So I went downtown to the art district in Las Vegas, and every month there, we have a Thursdays and first, they have a first Friday.
Okay.
So first Friday of every month, I made $650 the first night, completely unknown to anybody.
Just with all that hoarding of art.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of sparked you into then being able to feel comfortable selling
Comfortable that somebody actually wanted
your
crap I was producing.
Yeah. And I know that now if somebody asks for something, you can just create it. Like a mutual friend of ours, Justin, you're making him a Big Lebowski
Big
piece.
Lebowski.
A big Lebowski piece.
If I painted for myself, my room would be just full of stuff, and I would rather paint for people so that something has a home before it's finished. I just like that. I'm not about money, obviously. I'm a monk, so even the art I sell isn't overpriced
Which I saw, like, there's one that you sold for like $200, and it was a 3D piece, and forgive me, I can't remember, but it really came out to me in like $2 an hour
it's like
for you to make
$285 an hour.
Yeah.
Because it took 70 hours. I think that's what it worked out to.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
Like, how much would this piece cost? Because I kind of want it.
100 and 120. Canvases that size are probably $40 just on
just the canvas
just
itself.
The canvas,
exactly. Yeah. So.
If you don't make them yourself.
That's a prize.
Yeah.
Do you make your own canvases?
No, but I really should learn to.
I know you should.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Where you're terrific, if you're
It's like, she's been trying to get child support, like for about 6 years now. Like, good luck. Good luck with that.
Alright, badminton version for Love.
Oh.
Yes!
You. So what most people want to know, what's it like to be a comedian?
Oh, God. Honestly, like, a lot of people just think it's fun and games, like, and all that shit. But, it is, like, a lot of hard work. There's a lot of thought that goes into it. I mean, seriously, like...
Now we return you to your regular program.
Got it at Goodwill for $4.
You should see my toilet seat. Fascinating.
I have sat out on the electrical transformer that I painted the wave on downtown
Oh,
by the
okay.
Peace Plaza.
Yep.
I've sat on that thing for multiple hours with a sign that said, what was it? "Will meditate for your happiness."
Which is another thing that you're doing, which is happy moments.
Happy moments, yeah. That's
On
my
Facebook.
Facebook. It's
Which to me is a form of art in itself. Just displaying that and getting that out to people.
yeah, it's sort of bloggish, but it's not It's not really a blog because I share stories and stuff on it too, but it's during the day. Everybody needs somebody to slap them every now and then and say, whatever pit you're in, climb out of for a couple seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an app on my phone that just randomly dings through the day, and whenever that goes off, people who are with me just scream "happy moment." So that took, and then I told it to a few other people. It's called the mindfulness bell.
Okay.
It's just to keep you mindful of what's going on. So you can be just frothing angry and then ding and then, okay, take a breath. And it goes off at the times that it seems like it's needed the most too. It's very bizarre.
And with your artwork, what do you mainly use? What kind of paints, acrylics, or I know with the 3D it's foam. Do you pretty much anything, or are you just kind of like a jack of all trades, or do you have a preferred?
I use watercolor. I use acrylic. I've never used oil because it's too expensive. Simply it's 4 or 5 ounce bottle of acrylic can cost $4 to $5 and not be horrible acrylic either. And then the same amount of money can be spent on 1.5 ounces of oil.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's crappy oil. So
Yeah, so how you use it.
yeah,
Exactly.
and then it can take a month to dry too, and
how long does it usually take you to produce a piece of artwork for someone?
once I start, I usually don't stop, except for the Big Lebowski one. I have to put on hold while I prepare a 3D, the Big Wave 3D. I sold, so it has to get packaged to go to Virginia or someplace like that, and I have to design a manner for shipping it on which it will not explode and die.
Well, good luck to you on that.
Yeah.
I wish you the best. If I was more of a monk-like person, I would maybe help, but I'm just not that great yet. No, just kidding.
I have a little TV box. I think it'll get packed in okay.
What's the best way for people to reach you if they want a piece of art or want you to make it? Would it be off your Facebook?
Yeah, that would be Full Metal Monk.
Full Metal Monk, because I know that you like your rock, your metal.
Well, I have a friend who's in the
Right.
music industry as a sound tech for big bands in Las Vegas, is where he lives from, or lives at. Wow, I can talk. My friend Ron lives in Vegas. He's the one who gave me that name. We've been to concerts together, and he said, "Dude, he just called you my." I turn into their monk. But people start calling me their monk.
So you're like a pet.
Yes, a big orange pet. So he says, "You're my metal monk," and I said, like the TV show Full Metal Alchemist, the Japanese anime. And he says, "You're the Full Metal Monk." It's like, all right, that's stuck. So that's what my business cards say. That's what the Facebook page is, and then the other one is sharing happy moments.
Exactly, which I am a friend of both now. You are now my monk too.
Right. All right, I can dig that. Restriction to this is that you can't take it off until it falls off on its own.
And what is I feel like I used to know
This
why that was, but
it's like non-attachment. Think of it that way. It will get loose a little bit on its own. Think of it as non-attachment. You'll grow to know that this is here, and then one day it won't be there anymore, and you will wonder where it has went. Okay? Then it carries my blessing and my good wishes in it. Yata wiri waha bora pare porinta sakirang ewa me waita tunan petanan o pagapate echitan pate tanto mahang kapapiwaya sapmi janto sapi borin toksan kapachan tupana soyata mani ara soyata sapiti yoi waichanto mite pewa twanta arai so sati. Bless you. And that you can cut off too.
on my own free will.
Yeah, leave a little bit that much, and after you take your first shower, dip it tight one more time.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sweet. Maybe we can just have the viewers see this so they can just know, please do not touch Boo.
Yeah.
Not Bo. Boo.
This is my hands off me card.
As you can see, we have our space right here. Thank you guys for joining us, and definitely go check him out at Full Metal Monk.
Full Metal Monk on Facebook, and then the Sharing Happy
And the
Moments.
Sharing Happy Moments. Bye.
Yep.